with the coronavirus here in the United States, clearly spreading. Who knows how long it's actually been here. There will be an impact on the sports world sooner or later, and probably much, much sooner. The NFL told me on Sunday that it's closely monitoring developments and has been in contact with the World Health Organization, CDC, NFLPA, medical experts, and those at the Duke Infection Control Outreach Network program for infection prevention. That is one hell of a mouthful. But they're going to continue to look at it throughout the offseason. Here's the thing. The draft is 51 days away. I don't know what's going to happen with this. Nobody knows what's going to happen with this. And I have not even the shred of qualification to wonder what may happen. All I know is there are a bunch of different ways it can go, and it can go in a way that makes no one want to go to Las Vegas for the draft. No one. And it could go in a way more immediately, Chris. We're supposed to go to Florida for the league meetings in 3 weeks and 5 days.
Yeah.
That's 26 days away. Math may not be correct. They may not have that. There's no need to have that. They could do it all by FaceTime if they want to.
Right.
So, these are decisions the NFL is going to have to be ready to make quickly. And we mention it today because the NBA, according to ESPN.com, has sent out a memo to teams advising fist bumps instead of high fives. Don't take items from fans that you sign, pens and balls and jerseys that the fans have touched.
Right.
Nothing about possibly canceling games or playing games without a crowd there. But, I think everything's on the table because every potential permutation and option is available for this thing as we try to figure out what it is, how it's going to spread, and how long it's going to last.
Yeah, it's concerning. It is. I mean, I'm just hoping it doesn't trickle into our everyday life right now more than anything, too. It's scary. It's scary to me, a guy with no spleen. I mean, I know if I got it, I'm going to be, susceptible to the harsher side of that. So, and you listen to any expert out there right now, and they seem to think that the spread is inevitable. We just hope it doesn't overtake us. And yes, I would hope that all these sports leagues and, to do the right things as far as avoiding unnecessary travel when it doesn't need to be done and doing all that, I think can go a long way to helping this thing be contained and not let it spread. But really crazy, and certainly something I got my eye on for sure.
Well, and look, some of these steps are going to take a major bite out of the economy. We saw what happened to the stock market last week, Chris. It rebounded somewhat on Monday. But, if all of a sudden people just stop going to sporting events, that's a problem. Even if the tickets are already paid for, nobody's there to buy any of the stuff. That's a problem. They're talking about possibly playing the NCAA men's tournament game without many games, without fans in the stands if it comes to it. So, look, I think it's important to plan for every alternative. But I also think that at a certain level, and I've seen how different nations have handled this and how different cultures will handle it, we're kind of a nation that was founded on the taking of risk. I mean, we started a revolution against the King of England.
Right.
And we have people who ride motorcycles without helmets and jump out of airplanes and climb rock walls and just do
or guys that
things
don't
all
wash
the
their
time.
hands when they leave the bathroom. I see it all the time.
Exactly.
So we have renegades. So I would call them other words, but yeah.
I think that, and thank you for not doing it. I just think that we need to wait and see what happens. It could be the thing spreads, and it could be that people just continue to go about their daily lives and accept the fact, the incremental risk that they're going to get it. And now for people in the higher risk categories, there needs to be a greater degree of vigilance. But I think for the average person, the average American citizen, I really don't see people consciously disrupting their routine and denying themselves the things they want to do. Because I think part of our defect as a society and a culture is, that's not going to happen to me, even if it does.
Sure, yeah, well, it's a little bit of our American way. I mean, confidence, stupidity, whatever you want to say there. I mean, yeah, we do. We seem to kind of just continue to truck along, and we let the experts and the people who, seem to know most about the subject kind of handle the situation. And let's hope we all continue to take their advice, listen to what they say, and hey, you know me, I'm a big fist bumper because of the germs anyways. That's what I do. So let's all fist bump out there. I don't want to really shake any man's hand. I don't know where that hand's been. I'd rather just fist bump all the time.
I wonder, it may have been holding a trash can while the guy threw up into it.
Exactly.
I wonder how different last week would have been at the scouting combine if the news cycle had lined up, because
if it was like a week later.
Right, if it had just been a week.
Yeah.
Either way, would we have been fist bumping? Would there have been no handshaking? Would people have been more leery and more cautious? And think about a sports team. If one guy gets it, Everybody's getting it.
Right.
How many times through the course of a year do we remember that the Patriots this year, they had 15 guys on the injury report with the flu.
Yeah, well, if it gets into a locker room.
Somebody took 2 planes.
Right.
For the sick guy. It was the Patriots.
It was the
for
Patriots,
the sick guys and the healthy guys.
Right, yeah. Well, it gets into a locker room, you're screwed. I mean, as you know, that's just not exactly the most sanitary place in the world. You know, you got 53 men touching a lot of things, sweat touching, they're naked, whatever else. There's a whole lot of damn germs in a locker room. So you'd be screwed if that got into a locker room. It's going to spread like wildfire. I just hope that we can continue to contain this and this doesn't become a huge issue where, it ruins our country or really puts us in a bad spot for a little bit of a time here.
Well, and I think that people need to be smart. They need to be vigilant. Hopefully people won't panic. You don't want the society to collapse over fear of something that we just don't know enough about. But from a sports league standpoint, it is something to be concerned about. And I'm already getting emails from people saying, "Oh, the flu kills thousands every year." Look, the mortality rate for this thing is much
20 times greater than the flu. Right.
It's 0.1% for the flu.
Right.
It's 2% for coronavirus. So this is not. It's just the flu. The flu kills people too. Like that's okay. What the hell? It kills people.
Yeah.
We shouldn't worry about it.
Right.
Well, maybe we should. Anything that kills people, we should worry about. On that note, have a great Tuesday. See you Wednesday.
See ya.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.